Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia. Vabbè, vabbè. Do you mind if I laugh? Because that's the only solution I have found for AC Milan recently. Did you finish the match? Did you watch the whole thing? Because I was really tempted to just turn it off and do something else. But then I said, no, no, no. We might do a comeback. We are good with comebacks. We might be doing it. No, we didn't do it. We didn't do it. We didn't do anything, to be honest. Okay, the first thing I noticed, okay, I always say like Juventus, it's a bad team, blah blah blah. How can we be behind this Juventus? Because we are mediocre now. I know now. This was a good bath of humility for me. We are behind Juventus because we suck pretty much. But I noticed something that is when Juventus plays, when the players play, you can feel this is also true outside of the pitch. So with the management, you can see that everybody is working together for a goal. You see the players wanting to get better together. You do see some selfish behavior sometimes, but overall, I have this feeling of everybody working towards a common goal. Things that is I don't see, I don't feel. This is more of a feeling, but I don't feel it in AC Milan. I feel like everybody is up to his own things. He want to do his own stuff, and we are very disorganized overall. I don't feel this connection in the AC Milan ambient, the same way that Juventus has it. So props to Juventus for doing good and actually trying to get better with the market as well, because we're still here waiting for the market to happen. The only thing that we got, the only player that we got was Walker, I think, and because it's an opportunity. Okay, that's the mentality of AC Milan. It's not like you don't get Walker because you wanted Walker from the beginning, but because you saw this opportunity and then you do it. Okay, so let's go on. Let's talk a little bit about the match. In this video, I will do the ratings as well. I'm going to try this stuff. So we're going to talk about the match, analyze the goals and all that kind of stuff. So overall, what kind of match was it? Well, the first half, I'll be honest, it wasn't that bad for AC Milan. We did create some chances, some scoring opportunities that we just didn't take because we lack that consistency in front of the goal. But we did our best. I felt like it was a fun match to watch, right? Juventus has his own chances and we had our chances, and then the second half happened. The second half, it felt like we were gone, like just no more gas, just because our players maybe have the belly full because they won a trophy, so that's good for the season, right? And from there it was just like awful. We conceded the first goal and immediately conceded the second goal in a very, very dumb way. I think it was similar to Cagliari. Fofana did the same mistake. So it was a very bad performance. To me, it was a bad performance from pretty much everybody. You will see that in the ratings. Leao was the same. Leao we see many times. So the problem with Leao, I think, is this, that you know it. But Leao plays well. He does an amazing game. And then he goes back to play when he feels like. That's the kind of player we have, right? And you could see that in the match, because during the match, Conceicao, in the first half, Conceicao was keeping shouting to Leao, do this, run here, come back, run. He was like pushing him to do stuff. But in the second half, he was on the other side of the pitch, so Conceicao could not speak to Leao, and Leao started doing nothing. Okay? So also like on the first goal, you will see later, but in the first goal, Leao was too shallow in marking his man, and that led Juventus to score the first goal against us. I'm not saying it's his fault, but it's part of the process, because when we concede a goal, it's not usually one man mistake, but it's a series of mistakes that stacks up. And that's what I felt happens. And then after that, like the team didn't believe in the game anymore. Oh man, Juventus like always tie games in Serie A. I said this. We're gonna tie this game. We lost. We lost. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But and we have a long season still. We have a very long season to go. Not good, not good. But let's take a look at the goals and how they happened. Okay, so let's try to analyze the first goal. What happened during the first goal? So this was roughly the position of the players. I just left in the relevant ones. So you can see that basically we have Leao here, which is helping in defense, but is way too far from McKennie. So the whole point of Leao being here is to mark his man, Mark McKennie, right? But he is not. He's just like staying in this line for some reason, and he doesn't try. He doesn't go to McKennie until it's too late. And Cop Miners, which is here, manages to pass the ball to McKennie, and then does an incursion here. Fofana and Reijnders can't stop Cop Miners. Okay. By the time he receives the ball, McKennie Leao arrives, but it's too late, and now they can McKennie and Cop Miners basically they do an exchange here, and it ended up with Cop Miners with the ball again, and Leao away, off, just walking as usual somewhere. At this point now there is Gonzalez and Thuram here, and there was Bennacer like around here. Cop Miners passes the ball to Thuram, okay? And Thuram passes the ball to Gonzalez, which is unmarked. Nobody is following Gonzalez, and that should have been like Bennacer's job to follow, to try to close this space, because this guy was free to go. Like there was all this space to go. Nobody stopped him. So at this point, the defense is really short, and Emerson Royal is way too much here, and Mbangula is like here. So Mbangula has all this space to go, and by the time he receives the ball, our beautiful king is too late. It's too late. He tries to arrive, and he can't close enough. He can't close basically, and then Mbangula shoots, and his beautiful feet gets in the way, and they scores. The throwing basically. Why Mike here? Mike's here, throwing Mike Maignan off. So, okay, these kind of mistakes. This is not like it's not great defending from Emerson Royal, but like the touch with the feet at the end is something that can happen. We got a little bit unlucky there, but we missed that concentration, especially here. Like Leao has to read the game better, because he's not reading the game good in a decent way. Like it's just too shallow. But we know that. So overall, the mistakes I think were from Leao, Bennacer, and then Emerson, the Magic, the King Royal, that didn't close good enough. Now let's go on to the second goal. The second goal is worse. Yeah, it's worse because it's a stupid goal. The one that we conceded here is really stupid, but has its own reasons. Okay, so Kalulu has the ball here. Kalulu chooses the pass that fails and basically reached Fofana. So here Jimenez was marking Thuram. Emerson was with Mbangula. Musah was here doing something. Gonzalo was here, right? So Fofana doesn't really receives the ball, but basically the control of the ball is off, and he loses the ball. So what happens now is that in this mess, so Mbangula was here now and Emerson is here. In this mess, Thuram just goes in and Jimenez doesn't follow. So this is a mistake from Jimenez. But here Thuram was good because as soon as Fofana touched the ball, he saw that the touch was off and he immediately ran to the ball, while Jimenez didn't follow. Jimenez has to follow this. It's also true that you wouldn't expect Fofana to lose the ball here. In fact, also Emerson was here and he didn't try to recover because he was waiting for the ball here, right? That never arrived because then Thuram, Mbangula, they came in, they just stole the ball from Fofana. And then with now you have basically just Tomori and Weah here. Weah receives the balls. Tomori managed to catch up, but then like doesn't do great defending. It kind of does a misstep. I don't know what happened. And then Weah shoots. Mike, you're here, Mike. Weah shoots, and Mike, to be honest, could have done better here. But Mike Maignan was also injured. Basically, has like I don't know, was in pain the whole match. So, but he should have done better here. So, but this is a mistake that seriously in Serie A you can't make. Sorry for Fofana, but Fofana, you can't make this mistake. Come on. If you lose the ball this easily, and the team was not ready to recover, and then Tomori does that mistake. So it is hard. It is hard. It's hard. It's really hard. I hate this. But at least. So that's what happened. The first goal was let's say, choral, I'd say, mistake for not pressing properly because Juventus was moving very well in the midfield, creating a lot of density. And the second goal is just like a stupid mistake that they concretize into a goal. So that happens. Never happened to us though. When they make mistake, we barely use that opportunity to score. But yeah, whatever. But let's get on with the votes for this very bad match. So let's start from the coach, Conceicao. Conceicao, I'll give him a 5. Just a bad performance. We did not have any play style. We tried the counterattacks. We kind of managed at some times, but then we don't concretize. But no, overall, I'll give him a 5. He gave up at some point. It's always sad when you see the coach giving up on your players after a few matches. It's like there's nothing I can't do here kind of attitude. But yeah, not a great game. And Juventus basically destroyed us in the midfield. We could not create anything. Reijnders could not create anything because Juventus was making a lot of density in the midfield, and he couldn't find a solution. The first half was better than the second half. But that's it. Let's go with our magical Mike. I'm a little bit torn here because the mistake on the second goal, I mean, he should have done better on the second goal, but I don't think it's his fault for the goal itself. I'll give him a 6 because, Mike Maignan always saved us, pretty much. I think a 6. I was thinking 5.5, but I think a 6 is good. He's the only one that believed in something at the end. He was trying to push everybody to do better. Didn't work out. The defense. So let's start from the central defenders. We have Tomori and Gabbia. I'll give Tomori a 5 because that's not good defending on the second goal. And the overall performance of Tomori wasn't that good. It was all over the places, was kind of being drunk, thanks to Juventus, obviously. While Gabbia, I'll give him a 6 because he managed to not to do many mistakes. He kind of kept himself together, solid throughout the game. He didn't concede too much, but yeah, just a 6, nothing more, just average performance. And then let's go to our fullbacks. Our fullbacks are the joy of this year. This year we love our fullbacks. Okay, Theo Hernandez. I'll give him a 4.5. He did some good stuff, but man, lazy, indolent, just he's not there with his head. And I hope Walker is not like this, because I know Walker has his own personal problems. And if those problems affects him in the way that Theo Hernandez problem affects him, that's gonna be bad. But very bad from Theo Hernandez. I don't know what's happening with him, but this year, oh my god. He managed to do some good towards the end when he basically ran all over to the box just to give the ball to Terracciano, which Terracciano, is Terracciano. So, but there was a chance there to score. So that's the only thing I can remember. That there was a thing in the first half or second half that he did that it was like completely off, like terrible, like was so lazy, and he made the wrong pass inside our box and gave the ball to Juventus to score a possible goal, and it's a miracle they didn't score. So bad Theo Hernandez. Yeah, 4.5. It's time for the king. I told you what I think about Emerson, right? He is an anime character. Now it's season 1. In season 1, like some of you said, Naruto was not good. Naruto was in fact bad, had potential, but it was bad. And that's season 1 for Emerson. So in 6 or 7 seasons, we will see his true potential realized. Beautiful. But to Emerson Royal, I'll give him 4. I'll give him less than Theo Hernandez because seriously, he could not keep Mbangula once. He got dribbled past so many times, and he's useless in attack. So every time he crosses, it's off. It's Emerson Royal. It's Emerson, but we believe in Emerson Royal. So it's a 4, but I believe in his potential to be a 9 one day. One day he'll be a 9. Keep going. Walker is coming though, so careful. Let's go into our midfield. Our midfield. So we got Bennacer. Let's go from Bennacer. Yeah, Bennacer 5. Bennacer 5. I guess he's still not in condition. It's just like he played on the right, on the forward. I think he was the one tasked to do the first pressing for the team, but he just didn't work. He was aggressive and he tried, but just a bad performance. Recently, I mean, Bennacer didn't have a good game since he came back. My God, let's go with Fofana. Fofana, I'll give him a 5. So throughout the game, Fofana is usually very solid, but that one mistake, it's unforgivable. I mean, this is the second time that he does this mistake. And if these mistakes happens again, that has a meaning. It means you need to work on your basics, on the stops, controlling the ball, because come on, this is the second time that happens. And we concede a goal because we are dumb. So not a good performance from Fofana. So his fault for the 2-0, in my opinion. Let's go into our Reijnders. Reijnders did some good plays in the first half, but then he disappeared, and then he got subbed off. I'll give him a 5.5 overall. So Reijnders always does something interesting, but he was less creative this time, but also thanks to Juventus closing the midfield, so it wasn't creative enough in this game. Let's move on, because I'm tired. Let's move on with Musah. Musah, useless there. And you ask me then, who do we have there to put? Why is Musah playing there? Because we have nobody else. Chukwueze is gone. I don't know what happened to Chukwueze. Sometimes players disappeared. But yeah, useless. He runs, but that's it. Technically speaking, was pretty bad. We didn't figure out a role for Musah yet in AC Milan, so he's forced to play as a right winger or more often than not a fifth defender. Like in this game, he was alternating with Bennacer a lot, so letting Bennacer being the right winger at times for the pressing. I don't know, trying to control the game, but then a lot of mispassed balls, a lot of problems, so not good from Musah. Let's go to the other guys. Who are they? Abraham. Oh, Abraham. I didn't see Abraham. I did not see Abraham. 4. Seriously. At some point during the match, I forgot who our striker was. I was like, hey, do we have a striker today? Or is Jimenez like there? Seriously. He did Nothing. Okay, it did not get served much, but it didn't even try to do something, you know? We have this striker problem that we're never gonna solve, I guess, because we don't want to invest money in a good striker. What a pain, what a pain, but bad Abraham, bad performance. And then we go to Leao 5. Leao, he tried to do some good stuff in the first half while Conceicao was shouting at him. But then it just turned off and he didn't want to play anymore. So he stopped playing, and when Leao does that, we know how Leao works, but I can't give him the 6. Oh man, what a mess. And then who came in? Well, the other that came in, I can't really give them a rating. Maybe Jimenez, but Jimenez 5.5. He lacks a little bit of awareness that he needs to work on. Of course, he's young. But yeah, didn't cover well on Thuram on the second goal. Can be better. We can do better, but also like we are using him as a everything but a fullback, pretty much. So that's it. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Enjoy whatever you're doing, and tell me if you're leave a like and subscribes because the YouTube gurus say so. And I hope you have a beautiful day today, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Mamma mia.